Buttercup, welcome back to my channel. Today's book review is An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good. And this is actually translated from Swedish. So some of these words in this novel were giving me problems. However, I love Maud. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Perfection. I want to read sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, a old lady like 88 and in the end of the book 89 that kills people that annoy her, or they're rude, or they try to take advantage of her because she's an elderly lady, and that's how she is up to no good. I randomly found this on Goodreads last year, and then when I saw the price for this small little thing, which was at that time $12.99, I was like, no, I'm gonna hold off. But then I got a bunch of Amazon gift cards for Christmas, you know how that goes, and I tried it out, and I am glad that I tried it out. There's a second book the same size and about the same page length that I am thinking of buying, though with the printing costs that rose significantly. Well, sometimes it depends on how much stuff you have in the book, and if it's hardcover, it's now at $14.99, which okay, I love Maud. I love these short stories. However, I think they could have chosen a different look. One, because it's pocket. 2, it's hardcover. And then 3, the insides. Like, for example, every time they have a new short story about Maud killing people, it looks like this, which is cute. Totally fine. But what would have happened if it was like a thinner paperback? Would it be more expensive? Or would it be like $9.99? And it would make sense for a short story collection. I don't know. I would have to check about, like, it's pretty small font and lettering, and like how many words in total would this book be? That's kind of like my question. I would say, though, I'm gonna put that aside because that's really nitpicking. It's cute. I just have to kind of accept the price, because I could get a regular book, not like a thick book, but a pretty nicely sized novel for $14.99. But I am a little cheap, and I have been pretty cheap the past year, so that's also something to think about. Some people would just love this, and I love it. So I'll probably get the second book during Christmas time, you know, do the same vibe with the Amazon gift cards. But anyway, my favorite story, I would have to say, is the first one. And that's where she kills this one woman. It's like a rich lady, socialite. She's actually in her 40s, but she acts like she's 19, like, not in a good way. Very entitled, very privileged, just rude, and also passive aggressive. And so she's trying to get Maud to switch apartments with her in the apartment building. Like, it doesn't, like, does that make sense? No. But she's trying really hard to get Maud, because she thinks that Maud has dementia, to switch like apartments, because she wants a bigger space, and Maud has a fantastic apartment that she's been living in for decades, and she won't let go until she dies, basically. And then I don't know what I was expecting, because I knew going in, like, Maud would be killing people, but I was thinking, okay, maybe poison, maybe a hitman, because she's 88, 89, like, what are we doing here? Well, she's actually pretty active, and when it happens, when she kills this woman, just like the first up, I am like, I love it. I love it. Why do I love it? It's so great. Very creative Maud. Yes. Very creative in her ways to kill people. And she also really takes advantage of her old age, and people do not expect that an 88, 89-year-old woman can kill people, much less want to kill people. And she does really act up with the dementia and, oh, I can't hear you, oh, I can't see you, oh, I need a walker. But she doesn't. She's very healthy for her age, very rambunctious. She wants to be alone, but, you know, she travels the world all the time. She really enjoys traveling. And the second favorite one was when she is traveling to the spa. I forget where it is. I'm pretty sure it's a Scandinavian spa somewhere in, maybe even in Sweden, I don't know, but it's a fancy spa. And actually, she comes across her ex-fiance who broke up with her like 50 or 60 years ago because she wasn't rich enough. And so she kills his new wife like an hour or two after they get married, because he's like 92 and she's in her 50s, about around that time, like 40 years age difference. And the woman is very rude as well, and just rude to everyone. And then she also admits that she's just using him for money. So what does Maud do? She takes out two birds with one stone. She takes out a really rude woman, and then she gets payback for him breaking up with her 60 years ago because she wasn't rich enough, wasn't good enough for his family, for his lifestyle. Well, okay. And she does it very well too. She waits until this woman is drunk, basically, and then she trips her. And then so she slams her head against the pool area, and then Maud kind of like just pushes, boom, just a few inches into the pool. And then she waits a little bit, and then she goes, oh my God, someone's drowning. I'm trying to help, but I'm 89. It's so great. I love Maud. This writer is fantastic too. Like, you have to figure out ways that Maud can kill someone without being overly physical, because even though she is good physique, very sharp in the mind, she's still 88, 89, so she's not going to be like shooting people or anything like that, or getting into a fight. So she does a lot of tripping, and maybe in the next book she does a lot of poisoning, because that's what I thought. Yeah, but no, she does a lot of tripping and then a lot of sneaking up on people and going wham with like a hammer or whatever it is. The least favorite, I would have to say, I think there is one story, I read the author's note, where Helen, yes, I forgot her name, Helen, for some reason I thought it was Marie. No, it's Helen. It's on the cover. It's fine. That she had to write a short story for this publication, and she had no idea what to do. And then Maud popped up, but it wasn't Maud as we know her, so there was like some slight adjustments. And I think it's the antique dealer's death, and it's in another point of view, like a guy's point of view that was on the police force for a long time, and then he retired, and then he just so happened, he's a journalist that worked with a lot of police and detectives, and he reported on like murders and all that stuff, so he knows them. He's not a police officer, okay, but so he's in the same building as Maud, and there's this antique dealer that's found in her father's office, and they're like, well, she's been gone, so what is going on here? And then he was like, yeah, she killed him. We don't really know why and how, but she killed him, because her stuff doesn't really make sense. But at this point, she's 89, and she's pretending to be deaf and can't see, and she has a walker. And she's just like, oh, I just found him in my father's office. How horrible. What did you say? It's so great. But I don't know why that one is in that former journalist's point of view. I guess to see like in a different light, fine. But then the next short story after that one is her killing the antique dealer. So I'm not 100% sure why that is the case, why that was there. Probably because if that antique dealer and his point of view wasn't in the novel, people might complain because it's still about Maud. And also, I think there would only be like 4 short stories, and it looks good to have 5 or, you know, whatever. But it was still interesting. I don't know if it needed to be like second to last. I think it, I don't know, would be nicer maybe if it was the last one, because it's not really about her, and then you could do her point of view in that short story and then go into like what are other people thinking or viewing Maud, and that would be the last story to wrap things up. But that's another nitpick. I digress. So yes, I really suggest An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good. Maud is precious in a messed up kind of way, but you know, sometimes you just want to see some old ladies taking out nasty people. And not even like in a violent way. I mean, it's always violent, but like, it's not like she's bludgeoning them 50 times on the head or anything. She can't do that. So it's in a smart way, and it's in a sharp way, and it's funny in a very morbid way. Sometimes you just need funny and morbid at the same time. I think this would be a good Halloween read if you're interested in that. I'll probably get the second book around December, so I'm skipping the holiday Halloween theme, but I'm excited for the next book. I really enjoyed this book, and I hope that you pick it up too. I think maybe the ebook is cheaper. I have no idea, actually. I don't really check most of the time, but you don't need to get the paper. No, it's a hardback. You don't need to get the hardback to enjoy Maud's stories. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Read, sew, paint, write, do whatever you need for self-care. Maud does self-care. You should too. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.